What is up, everyone? My name is Chris Chana, and this is the #1 channel for senior care entrepreneurs, and we're excited to have you. So the question today is, should you bring on a business partner when you're starting a new business? I think that's always a hard question to answer, because the fact that I feel like it depends on both people's strengths and weaknesses, and you know, do you already have someone in mind? Are you looking for someone? Is it monetary? Is it skill set? You know,
Are they the investor? Are they in the front end or in the back end? You know,
right?
That's
Exactly.
true.
My thing is, before you bring on any partner, no matter what, I think you have to ask yourself, how big of a company am I trying to start and build? Because I think when you think of it that way, then you'll have a better understanding of what you're trying to accomplish and the type of person you need to bring on. If you are thinking of a business that, like, you know, say I want to start a business and my hope is to grow it to, you know, I don't know, $3, $4, $5, $6 million a year in revenue, and I'm content with that, you know, and maybe it's a local person I bring on as a partner, right? Mm-hmm. But if my intention is like, hey, I want to create a business that's going to be a multi-$100 million business, then like if I bring on a partner and they have a 50% equity stake in that, but then like they don't have that same vision for the business, exactly. You know, like they're going to be weighing me down. Our vision's not going to be in alignment, you know, things like that. So it's going to cause issues. And then there's not enough equity left to be able to give to, you know, those kind of larger investors that are going to need, that you're going to need to take it to that next level. So I think, you know, starting with, what is my outcome? Where do I see, what's the finish line look like? Is it a legacy company? Am I building it to sell it? You know, what's the outcome? You know, and then do I have someone in mind that believes and like wants to do the same thing?
If you guys are like-minded people and it works, do a partnership, because I would say this, it delegates the work. Now you can do this and then he can do something else also at the same time. Two heads are better than one. Yeah. So now you guys could like I said, delegate and figure out things and create it together. Because sometimes when you try to be a creative by yourself and scale a business, it's hard doing it by yourself sometimes. Right. So having a guy that has the same like-minded and knows how to create like you, I think it will work out. But like you said,
but see, to your point though, here's where it gets a little dicey, right? Yeah. Is that like, say you have two people that are like-minded because they both are creative in the marketing space. Yeah. You know, all of a sudden now you got two cooks in the kitchen in marketing. Gotcha. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like sometimes if you're thinking about a strategic partner that is coming on to say, you know, be a part of the daily operations, then like if my skill set is marketing, then I might want to make sure that maybe that other person's skill set is like operations.
Definitely.
You know, something that like I'm bad in, I want to make sure my partner is really good in. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to have to be competing. But most importantly is that we have to make sure that before we even talk about that we've talked about what does the future look like? You know, in the future, like I said, like, are we selling this business? Is it a legacy company? Are we passing down to our children? How big do we want it to be? Yeah. Like we have to agree on those things first. Yeah. Because if the other person doesn't see it being what I see it being in the future, then there's no way that we'll ever work together to like build it in that fashion. Like you have to at least be in alignment, like about the future of the company on day one.
Definitely, because if you don't, then there's gonna be big problems. And just like groups always come together, right? And they always end off of money and differences. So definitely there has to be a line. And what I meant by delegate, obviously, like that's important. You're right. But what I meant by that is that basically you guys have like-minded in terms of just like finding out what the business is and trying to create a business. But in terms of like what the skill sets are, like you said, you doing this work and he's doing that work. Right. Instead of just like you said, two cooks in the kitchen do not work. Right. There has to be somebody that's what do you call it? That's serving. Somebody that's you know, like you say, cooking in the kitchen, and someone that's like the manager. You know what I mean? So basically, you're right. Yeah.
Someone that's like, hey, this person's good at creating and selling and marketing and all that kind of stuff. But this person's like really good at processes and systems and the boring stuff. But you need both, you know? And then maybe you got someone that's like really good at finance, you know? Yeah. Obviously, you know where I stand. Obviously, marketing and sales is my thing, you know?
I know, but I mean, like, like you said, some people think, finance, they like messing with money, so finance is something they like.
And just like the person that likes operations, like the processes and the systems, like that's where they get their high. It's just not where I get my high. Like, you know, like I need to be I need to be doing sales and marketing and that stuff, you know?
Chris, I'm with you too, man. I like the sales and marketing and the excitement. I'm not really the guy that, hey, do that. Right. I'm just not into it.
But then, like you said, man, people like might be excited about those other things.
Yeah,
you know, so.
But as long as like they're two different, but at the same time the same goal.
Right.
Same future, like you said, man. Because the future It's very important.
Yeah, 100%. And that's that's one thing too, like that I've learned a lot about. You know, when you think about the relationship between like a franchisor and a franchisee, you know, that relationship a lot of times is a partnership because they're committing to a 10-year agreement to work together, you know? Yes. And the expectations of that agreement are kind of laid out for you where like you have the option to renew and stay a part of the franchise. But you also know like what you're getting into. Like when you're signing up with the franchise, like what are they offering in exchange for, you know, like what in return? Yes. And so the nice part about that is like, it kind of gives you this partnership where the franchisor, the parent company, or the franchising company is interested in the success of your business. You know, like they want to see you succeed because it's going to have an impact on the brand that they're trying to build, and it's going to have impact on their own bottom line because they're making, you know, a percentage, you know, royalty off of your revenue stream, you know? So like they are very interested in your success. And so it's an interesting partnership because it's a partnership that allows you to have the freedom and stuff to run your own business and to kind of create an environment that like you're happy with. Plus, you already know from kind of day one, like what the intention is of that franchising company. So like you have an idea of like, you know, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What is the experience like? What are they trying to accomplish? So you're like, hey, you know what? I have the same vision for that. Yeah. I've always wanted to do that myself, but like here it is in a little package all put together. And I don't have to do all that work of actually. All that work. I can just you know jump on board and be a part of this thing, and that's kind of a cool partnership too. You know.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder, man.
That's right.
If you could find the best route that's quicker and faster, do it. If it makes sense, you know what I mean? Just don't do it if it's quick. Oh, I need to get it. No. Yeah. If it works, you know.
100%. And that's the thing too. The hard part about them sometimes is you get people that are all excited in the beginning, but they haven't thought through it all the way. You know, they haven't thought through like, how is this going to play out? They haven't talked about the end. They're just like, hey, let's just get started. And then they get into it. And then there's like money involved and there's decisions involved and all these things start to happen. And then maybe even people's like life circumstances change. Partnerships are not easy. I personally feel like it depends so much on you as like the individual. Like, are you open-minded? Are you willing to make compromises? Are you willing to give up control? Are you a control freak? You know? Yeah. You know, are you willing to like, hey, let's bring on other partners and like, and let me try to see if I can rally them together or like help them paint my vision. Like, do they believe in it or do they have differences of opinions where they believe in a different future for that company? You
gotta look at it like this. Partnership is like marriage.
Yeah.
Get married, right? What is the number one reason for divorce?
Yeah, money, man.
Money, man. So it's like, is your partner spending careless money? Is he 100% within this relationship?
Right.
So if the marriage, if all that add up and the marriage is good, then you guys get.
And are they committed? Like, are they committed to each other? Like,
commitment. That's what it's all about.
Like, at the end of the day, like, you know, because in a marriage, like the reason why marriages work is when both parties commit to that, like to the future of that marriage. Like they're committing to the relationship. They're committing to to a healthy relationship or a healthy home life. Like, so you got to be committed to like, hey, what do we want our family to look like? What do we want our relationship to look like? What do we want like our kids, you know, our parenting relationships look like, you know, and let's commit to that.
Yeah.
You know,
we want babies, you know,
right?
Like, we want to drop some babies over here.
I don't know, that wasn't part of my mission. Like I always wanted to have two. Marriage, I had one boy, one girl, and we got both, you know. So
you got to multiply a little bit more, you know.
I'm good, man. I'm good, you know. Like Liam's gonna carry on the seed, you know. So
facts.
No, but yeah, no, you know, I think partnerships can be great. I think they come in all forms and shapes and sizes.
Same.
It just really depends, but it comes down to like, what do you want out of it? You really got to ask yourself that question of, what do you see your company being in 10, 15, 20 years from now? If you're not asking yourself that question, then like getting into a partnership without knowing where you want to take the company is just foolishness, you know?
Yes.
If you don't have a plan for what it can be in the future, then you're not going to have any idea of like what you need from a partner today. But if you know what that company is going to look like 10, 15, 20 years from now, then you have a better idea of like, okay, what type of partner do I need?
Gotcha.
You know, so, but again, that's why I love, you know, I'm always biased towards the franchise relationship, you know, because I've spent so much money and so much time and so much effort, like banging my head against the wall, like trying to figure out how to do something when like someone's already figured it out and like, shoot, man, if someone's already figured out half of what I need to know, like, and we can consolidate that time, so I'm not wasting that time and that energy and that money.
Back time, man.
Yeah, like give me those 2 years back and let's move forward, So.
I'm with it, man.
That's our goal with franchising side of things, So if you guys are interested in opening up your own adult daycare business, go to adultdaycareacademy.com, adcpro.com. And thank you guys so much for watching the #1 channel on YouTube for senior care entrepreneurs. Love having you guys. Now let's get back to work. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click here. We'll see you guys next time.